Hi, everyone. I'm Leah Woods, and we are here in Lynn Szymanski's studio, and she is going to tell us a little bit about some of the pieces of wood that you see hanging on the wall behind her. And this is going to help us to understand some of the things that happen in a woodworking studio space, and just explain what it is that we're looking at. So Lynn, what are all of those things hanging behind you?
So this is an array of furniture samples that have been collected over the years, probably over the course of 20 years. And there are different table legs and moldings and different templates or patterns for legs lined up all across the wall here.
So with these different table legs and the different patterns, can you explain what a pattern is?
A pattern is basically a template that you would use to create the basic shape of a leg that you can then apply to all four legs, or how many different legs the table might have. So it's really a pattern to recreate the same shape.
However many times you might need to do that.
Exactly.
And so there's lots of different kinds of shapes. What are some of the processes or techniques that one would use to create different legs? Like I'm looking at the two here, the one that's sort of a Queen Anne's leg, and then the one to the left that looks like it's both turned on the lathe and cut on the table saw.
Yeah, so exactly. So this is called a cabrillo leg. And you would take your pattern, your template, and draw the overall curve on all four legs. And you can see this, this leg actually requires two different patterns because on two different sides of the legs. And then you cut the wood to the pattern line on a bandsaw. And then you shape and finish it. And before you do any of that, you want to cut your joinery. You can see at the very top the mortise, which is the hole that connects the leg to the rail of the table.
And why is the top of that leg square where the joinery is and the rest of the leg has a shape to it?
Well, that part of the leg you won't see because it will be under the tabletop. And when you're fitting two pieces of wood together, it's much easier to match up pieces that are square and flat rather than matching pieces that are curved. So a lot of it has to do with ease and speed.
Ease and speed, that makes sense.
To the left here, we have another leg that you said was turned on a lathe. And again, you'll see the top part of it is square, rectangular. This one doesn't look like it has a mortise, but if it did, that would be at the top of the leg as well.
So all of these patterns and legs that we see hung up along the wall, are these all currently being used? Why would it make sense to save all of these different patterns and legs?
That's a great question. Well, for teaching purposes like we're doing right now, but also if you had a customer and you wanted to explain to them, you're talking about designs and a customer doesn't know a lot of the style terminology. And so it's much easier to explain something by showing them a cabrillo leg rather than explaining what a cabrillo leg is. And so I could show it to a customer and they might say, oh, I like this leg, but I would like the bottom of it a little narrower. I'd like the top a little wider. I'd like the curve to be a little more severe. And you can start to have a dialogue and really kind of home in on exactly what the client wants.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much.